especially on their way back through on map 1. Now,
Last chance
we
for
come to split. They just need this map pick,
gotta win
this
this.
map win,
Fnatic
or
have a
ascent,
chance to go to the final. We got FUT on defense. Fnatic's gonna attack, and yeah, this is interesting because FUT always use the trip here, so that kind of gives them the information with this. And it is a straight up pinch of Vents. That's a lovely reply from CNET.
Exactly why we fear CNET as well.
Again, in my books, he should be getting around 20 kills on defense with this comp that he's playing against.
Durka.
Did he hear the Sky Flash? It was one of those classics, like he's looking for the push, but he's kind of not ready for it. He's just looking because he knows that's his role, but he's just not ready. It's hard to stay, especially in a best of 5, to concentrate so much expecting a push all the time, even though the chances are super low. Hard to keep that up.
Instead, on the other side, you see FUT grouping up together. A 2-2 split.
Low HP. Durka clears the path over towards this, but they hear the vent. Yeah, they hear the drop of the vent. They hear the...
for them in middle, holding for them, ready for this push to come in, and that's already going to be the round.
And Durka's not clearing close left.
It leaves just Durka.
Great reaction from FUT. So Fnatic do a pistol where they pinch over towards vents. In reaction, we see a push towards B and all the way behind them.
When it comes to Fnatic on the attack, we know that 3 rounds is enough often, but realistically, what are we expecting?
With this composition, you need big numbers. Like, you're talking about a Yoru raise, double duelist. Like, realistically on defense, there's only so much you can hope for. You're going to be much more reliant on players like Chronicle and more so Leo just to try and set up this duelist for aggressive defensive pushes. On attack, though, that's where you can really have these nasty combos with these players in tune. So I'd say 7's almost a minimum. But again, we've already mentioned it. Fnatic seem to be able to turn
this really could be CNET's chance here. Yeah, TP's away though. They'll take that free sight, Omen Flash. They get the plant down. This guy can't stop that. They're in pretty good positions. They have heaven control. Not saying they're gonna win, but could be a good amount of damage done.
Durka trapped in this corner should have limited room to maneuver. The smoke does well to provide him another avenue, but Krax is cleaning up top. Durka still on site, obscured for the time being, able to catch CNET for the trade immediate.
Good damage.
Krax doesn't slow down. 3 kills for him.
There were a lot of death because UTJ obviously
the defuse
Beats had a ghost into it.
Assume they're gonna pick up that out.
Krax getting halfway to his ult.
Mr. Fallen is yet to upgrade, but I can only assume
and
that
they
will
threw
be
him.
There as well. Yep, in the end, just
they threw him over the outlaw, so we'll keep an eye on if anyone has light armor from Fnatic. It's 2.
They'll come in with probably heavier shields on a couple of extra players just based off the plant. And now is where the expectations really start to begin.
Pistols at the moment. 5-2 by the way.
Interestingly, he's actually going to give that outlaw just because he has that headhunter. It means they don't have to invest as much back into this round, and he can still be as deadly as ever.
Here. Especially when Mr. Fallen's outlaw.
What the? Insta Skydog. Insta Skydog over towards A, trying to
caught early, lurking
trying to create a lot of pressure here, especially with the smoke as well, to ensure they're beyond it. Making this a choke point. Do they re-smoke onto this? This is a pretty cool trap play at the moment. We've got a trip into Omen Flash into nades. But all they do is really just stop him from getting into vent control.
And the pumps, or the brakes rather, will be pumped. Now they look instead to slowly shift their way up towards
Chronicle missed his cage.
They're checking all
he couldn't create pressure from this line on A.
Players unaware.
Yeah, the pumps seem to be broken. There's 45 seconds left on the clock.
Mr. Fallon's just holding the line, and Chronicle's taking a bit of damage as well. Might have been from the Skydog. I'm not too sure. I guess it was.
That's where Krax.
He's gonna get one shot.
With that outlaw, you'd expect that this position would be
and that's the one shot.
Try and fight into it.
30 seconds left.
Doesn't seem like the play.
25 seconds, repositions. Okay, a lot is on Krax here. Does he hear the guy in vents? Whoa, how's he not been seen?
There would have been a kill instead, going in the other direction. He'll catch out Alpha, yeah, though.
A
More
lot of this is
important
on
to give them
Leo.
that advantage.
Pretty much all of
Let's
this
pick
is
up a
on
winner
Leo.
when it came to those kills. Evidently a small gap in where Fnatic
Probably get
expected
spoon
players
botted
to
off.
be. Now moving down, they need to clear this close right corner. Leo is dropped immediately. All the pressure on Durka. 4 opponents to take down. This attacking side not going to find
That
success.
was solid.
in
Nice
round
setup from
number 3
FUT.
As FUT get off to a
Yeah, a
fantastic
bit.
start on their defense.
Looks a little bit
I
rough.
think Fnatic were expecting
Fnatic,
a
yeah.
little bit more in terms of aggressive plays. Like,
Missing
especially when
the
you have that
trip, missing the
chamber
cage
raise,
here, and they
especially on
couldn't
defense,
actually
you're
create pressure
expecting
A
them to at least
heaven.
challenge for some
This
sort of
push
map
over towards
control.
FUT was
But
nice
because
as
they
well.
had this
Made them
passive
buy a lot of
outlaw,
time over towards
they didn't
A.
really feel the need to go too aggressive. And then Fnatic just almost go dry peeking into that angle, expecting an easier fight. I believe with those low shields, that was enough for an easy opener. And then cracks.
And so
not
we get
actually
some
being
upgrades
checked
from the guns
because
as
of
well.
the time that they had left, they had to go quickly.
Wait, what the hell? Grabbed that one in there.
3-0. Fnatic's purchase here is not fantastic, but does allow for something a little bit more pacey. I'm intrigued by the fact that Alpha is somewhat left on his own, but I guess the idea is just for him to watch for any mid-aggression from the defense, as they will look to claim that control.
Quick play to take control over vents. We've seen these blast packs used before to get in here quickly, this time with weaker weapons. Of course, those stingers, deadly when they come flying around the corners. They'll still have some utility to break through, though. The trap.
This is nice from
has been placed this
Fnatic,
time
playing
on
off the
the
fact
top
that
of
they
the
use their
vent instead of
Skydog early
inside.
towards A, so they hide everyone.
Gotta go
They've been taking middle
Committing
control
that
for
little bit
free,
deeper.
so they can split over towards A.
to remove that utility.
The
The
Lord
cross has
on
already been found.
CNET to
Fnatic are
try
able to make their way
and
into heaven with all 5 players if they so wish.
get
And
a lot of damage here.
dangerous
What the hell is that
challenge,
one way?
realistically, if you're a player like Captain, he's just about sidestep the paranoia. The decoy destroyed. They know players are in heaven. They throw their own paranoia through just as a delay strategy. And the real danger is that these weapons are now getting a chance to take close fights, to take the numbers into their hands. But Captain quickly
and
puts
it
that
just
to bed.
and it
2
just flooded
versus
through
4.
the
Both
one-way smoke
are
there.
stingers that remain. And although Alpha will find the one, don't think he's got a good chance of taking these other 3 down. Moving
Back down
towards
on
the
site as well,
late
20
flanking
seconds,
play
not a thing.
for Yedege, and the other 2, well, they're not actually grouped up, but they've got a decent crossfire.
Yeah, him getting the spike, getting it down is never going to happen. It's all about damage, all about orbs.
10
Can he
seconds
add
left.
any more to the death toll? It's not looking likely. Almost just playing off that crossfire, and Yedege is waiting on the flank. 4-0.
A lot of money.
Again, 3 players
The
standing as
the
well for the
Fnatic
side
rounds
of
have
FUT, so
not
those
really looked
finances
close.
are really starting to build. And it was mentioned on the desk by Steel. He said if within the first few rounds they can get that operator into play, well, that's something he's going to be keeping an eye on. Well, it is. The round number 4, it is already available for CNED, and the fact is the way his ult's actually going to like sort of churn.
When we
will
watched
likely
this
have an
comp in the
operator in the
past from
majority of
Fnatic,
rounds
the
for
rounds
the
when they
rest of
have
the
this all look great. Because they
very
can get
dangerous
info,
thing
they
to
can
be
use
facing off against
a
when
lot of
FUT
the
are already
util off of the
4-0
back of
up.
it.
The start to this map has
And
been near perfect.
FUT
but now
decide to go
Rifles come
3
back
pass and
out on
aggro
Fnatic.
because
Look at
maybe they're thinking the same thing that I'm thinking,
so
that
many players just around
their
this
sight
corner.
hits with this
Alpha
ult have been
takes the
great.
first, sees the
Oh
ball,
my.
second, and eliminates him through the wall. They don't know
Do
about
they
the
expect
third.
this guy?
The boombot's gone past. A good chance for cracks.
That
They do
smoke
commit
makes it
to
way
this angle.
a lot
The
more
smoke
obvious
down
now. These are still
signals
fighting it.
that this side of FUT still wants to fight for this map control, and Fnatic wisely.
Yeah,
back
don't
them
really
off,
blame FUT for
giving
this.
the
It makes a
space
lot
to
of
FUT,
sense
knowing
with
that they have
how
2 less men to work
how
with.
successful the site overwhelms have been for once they use this ult.
Alpha, yeah. And Chronicle were waiting.
And that's
on
gonna
that
take this like
angle,
3
and
rounds.
The crowd again cheering for this man to go for the ace. I'd be surprised. Although, at a captain, maybe about to move into his crosshair. He's got the paranoia available. If he wants to try and use it, that trip, though, is going to be one that's difficult to bypass. And instead, it will be Mr. Farlin that comes under serious amounts of pressure. It's not connected with the util, but now he's going to get stunned up, dead immediately. Boaster is going to make this first round look inevitable.
A great round. That was a solid reply.
But he will come out with 4.
And they didn't have
Not
to use
too
any
bad, all
ults, so
things
I made that.
considered. The man doesn't even break a smile. Continues to chew away. Fair play. And keep in mind, this is not only a buy round, it's one where CNED pulls out the op. And they find the first 2 kills, delay, knowing that someone has to go for information. Someone's got to make the play. And when they try, Alfier's there waiting on the other side. Showing that Turkish squad that he's got quite a bite to him. 4-1, Fnatic on the board. Showstoppers in play for both squads. Yeah. Dimensional drift for Durka as well, and he usually burns these up pretty quickly.
Yeah, he earns them pretty quickly as well, so it's understandable. And those two ultimates in combination are an almost a guaranteed opener. This time, Zenith's going to be back towards the A site. Middle control unsuccessful. Seems like
yeah, let's see where they go with this ult. They're literally just people in B main as soon as he spots. They overwhelm with stun flash.
Players spotted for Durka.
There's a stun.
Stun is sublime, and actually Yenergy tries to go.
Yeah, these rounds have looked great for them. It's pretty much a guaranteed round when they have these ults, but everything else.
For Anna Captain, I'm not sure where he would be taking that.
Do they put ults into this to try and retake? There is so much map control.
They set up with their utility, and now the push comes through. Flash,
and the after pump positions are unreal.
And Alpha's dropped. They've got a little bit of control, perhaps a way out, but that space is being filled back in by Boaster. Play up through middle.
Yeah, do they expect the double lock though? Oh, he went a bit too early. Holy, Krax has annihilated them. Krax has annihilated them.
5 rounds now secure.
You're blaming me for the fast?
I'm not sure what it was.
Fast push after?
That gave the game away. Because that double up from Fnatic was just a perfect idea. They had the late
yes, you are. Okay,
TP out of there from Durka just to try and hold on to that control. But then there's just the double take. I don't know if there was a step. I don't know if there was any step.
Yeah, I think it's just a feeling.
It was almost just like the spidey senses were tingling. Fnatic. And now, well, they're feeling the pressure a little bit.
Fnatic have to be a little bit furious with that, because if you pause, no joke, if you pause that at 4v5, look at all those positions. I'm trying to think of the percentage I'd give them. Like 85% chance to win the round.
End up on the final middle ground of Ascent. For now, though, well, the last map didn't go dominantly. It did in the end go in Fnatic's favor. But FUT are starting to take a real lead. And
probably more. I think I've been generous giving FUT 15.
Plant, using an ultimate to clear the position, using your showstopper as well, and you come out with almost nothing.
Very expensive round. There's pause from Fnatic as they seek a desperate solution. Attack side. You can be slow to start, but we need to see the ball rolling fairly soon. The Rolling Thunder could be what sets it off. For Leo, they just need to get into a site. The problem is, last round, they did get into a site. The control afterwards dismantled by Krax's 6th sense. Incomprehensible how he decided there was a player there, why he even checked it. But a beautiful read by that man leads to a 5-1 score.
Yeah, it's a good pause because of the money that they have and they can't buy next.
You've got those cabbages for Mr. Fallen. If he pops them now, we'll be getting a lot of info. It's the deep flash instead. Nobody inside B main. Good info on the back of that piece of utility. Although they don't decide to do anything crazy.
Yeah, but this is just Fnatic, because obviously a lot of teams want you to call a timeout on attack. A lot of teams go aggro on defense, so they're taking their time. Stun into TP, into double satchel. Dog to make sure that no one's over towards B main. While doing that, with disrespect, I mean, this camera's going to spot one here, and then it's going to be an easy call. Wait, does the camera spot this angle?
Just him walking up. But he's got such an unbelievable amount of control. The main thing will be utility. If they expect him to be
oh my god, he's going to own
this. It's going to be a problem. Rolling Thunder. As said, no way out. Instead, it's going to be the cage, and he just has to retreat. And
where does he put his TP? He's got a TP.
And a captain is going to TP in to
no, out of TP'd in and got hit by the ult. What an absolute shot, bro. And he's ready for the guy in Vents. 25 seconds, spike down, still a double hold of sight.
The one concrete hold they had is CNET. Now it is TP back online, but not.
Yeah, they don't
placed
expect the
just
double
yet.
elbow.
Has to land
Whoa.
the shots with 15
Dude,
seconds
how?
left for them to get the plant in. Fnatic now pick up the pace. Nice nade by Cracks, and the
Oh
follow-up is
no,
there.
he has such a big
second
nade.
on the back of that.
And they're
with 8
pinging where the
seconds
spike
left,
is.
all he needs to do is place this nade correctly, and it could be his. Going to the back of the site. Leo will evade it, but he's into the open.
Oh, 7.
A sliver of health, but Leo wins it by 7.
That was...
Oh, I thought he was done for.
Yeah, I thought that was done as well.
Obviously, Cracks is a little bit more careful with the way that he goes for that fight than you'd normally see from him, but a nade a smidgen to the right. He was left with 7 health. A single paint shell could have done the job, and instead, well, cool, calm, collected is Leo.
The chance.
And while Cracks is going to be feeling that one, a chance to send Fnatic into disarray. Instead, they break back onto the ball once again. As said, though, there was
yeah,
always going to be an operator. There was always going to be
It's
something.
same spot as
for
that
Zenit
round.
because of the fact that that tour de force would eventually be online. And here it is.
Honestly, if FUT win this round, Fnatic probably get 3. That's it.
Presenting itself. Trap for top heaven as well. If he does want to fall back late in the round, he can go wherever the hell he wants.
I was going to say, Alpha has the advantage going to this angle like
They
that.
found CNED. I mean, we talk a lot of game about his operator, his tour de force, even scarier than that, and not for Fnatic.
No, not
Not
for
even a-
Alpha.
not
Not
even
for
a-
Alpha.
Not even a second thought about swinging mid there either. They hear the ult, they go, yeah, I've got him. I've got his number.
That's the thing. No, Alpha genuinely has shut him down the majority of times. Here he goes again. Not quite this time.
Omen
Mr. Ball
ult
is a
gets
different
stuck back
beast.
as sight.
It's given
Fake
some
TP
space.
as well, so they think there's 2
Let's
people
take
here,
that
and that
backside
flash is
control.
incredible.
The flash was good. The shot's not quite,
Ooh,
though.
the shots
It
needed
definitely
to
made
hit
things a bit
here.
more awkward, but Chronicle has found another.
So
An
many
awkward
people
fight
there.
for Mr. Farlin as everybody swings facing him. And now Anna Captain needs a hero play, needs a moment of his own as he's
30
left
seconds
with
left.
3 aggressive
Okay,
players
nicely
looking to
done.
take the
That was
side.
a big round for them. In fact, they win with 3
After a
people as well. The
shaky
money's starting to
start,
get
have found
good.
their footing as they now start to build in to this attacking side.
I'm excited to see this one. Oh,
Yeah,
little
it's just
peek
the
in
angle.
from the right-hand side. Caught the elbow, landed on the head.
Seconds left.
Trade outs after, I mean, just numbers advantage to play with. Alpha diving in. Boaster not able to hit the
Good
shots
chance for
initially, but
Fnatic to
the
actually
rest of the
stack up
squad
some
is
money
there,
here. They go
filling
against the
in.
Eco, Hero Gun, and CNED.
Distraction play worked. Looks like we're going to get some aggression out of CNED. Who's surprised by that one?
Cracks the highest fragger
Trapped
at the
down,
moment.
They wanted some
No armor.
control, but an early
Just the
flash
Sheriff.
inside B main gets them curious, gets them thinking maybe that's where the play is coming through. Lots of pings from Fnatic. It looks like they'll want to send someone towards heaven, where they were cautious of the danger presented there. But what I'm seeing in the rotations is that they're just going for a full main play.
It was definitely worrying because the fact that Chronicle
They're
had
still in
spike,
Koista.
Early flash.
so much utility being thrown in, blinded on many different levels, but that's all
Yeah, look at the
faded.
flashes,
A
man.
nice
That was
late
lovely.
flash, though,
Honestly,
gonna help them out.
the
Weaker
breach
weaponry
util at the
not
moment's
working for the
been
side of
very
FUT.
nice.
This time things are a little bit earlier. Nice work from Anna Captain.
Planted.
Going to try and sell a ruse with the TP, but they have so much more that they need to do.
Guarding here.
And they really don't have the weapons for it. A miracle. They managed to come out on top in this round. Leo from miles away, he has danger from the player on top, but these fights are easy. The Stinger never going to land the kill on a player like Leo from that kind of range. Cracks stuck behind the smoke up top, has no opportunity. Diving in with a Sheriff is a bit of a death sentence. Waits for the head peek angle.
Enemy remaining.
And Alpha's up on top. Seeing him wide out in the open. That 6th round for FUT, looking much further away now as Fnatic start to string together round after round. Show us very strong attacking side.
Would you be tempted to
that's
pause
pointed.
if you were FUT, maybe?
And once it's directed towards, especially this B side, there's narrow problem to be seen for them.
This is the climb back that Fnatic were looking for. 5-1 down,
One enemy remaining.
pause taken.
Ult's ready.
The resurgence has been clinical. There was a reason. They started off the day talking about Alfia, also talking about Cracks. These raised players, on occasion,
think 5 is good on defense against this comp. Nah, I think you should be getting about 8 against this comp on defense, really. Got nothing to push you off with off. Nothing to move you away from the angle with Judge. You'd have 8, really. Maybe like 7 if you lost pistol.
It's like you send him in first, he does the job every single time. Winning those opening duels.
Like Fnatic are doing very good, man.
Again and again, and well, you can almost avoid the fact that it's again been a bit of a quieter start for Durka, but if they keep this climb, it may not matter. We've spoken about this team and comebacks all the way throughout the last few days. It's been the story of their playoffs run. The fact is, they could have fallen in the first hurdle to Liquid. It very easily could have happened if it wasn't for some crazy streaks of rounds. And that's why I think we're seeing FUT very preemptive with where their pauses go, because they know that if that ball gets rolling, it becomes more and more difficult to stop the further it goes.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned about Alpha before the barriers go up.
Yeah, so
as well.
FUT change up a lot of their play over towards B.
Actually catching a lot of opening deals.
And Fnatic now, after they've been doing it like methodical and slow, they go for some fast side hits. And the nade could be huge, yeah.
Style to it, catching players off guard instead of running it down. Swing,
yeah, it's the classic.
Top gun,
You should know when this smoke leaks out a little bit more, Boast always TP's in it.
Oh, the information was there. Alpha's going to take the space with the showstopper, but no blood found from it. And actually, Mr. Fallen from above. That's not how you fight with that gun. Jumping through the air, but the main thing was survival. Now, Leo, a single kill here could grant him that rolling thunder.
Yeah, and FUT have done good research, man. They just needed this well as well. They didn't necessarily know that this was going to happen, but they knew this was like their fast A. Or like, I think they have 2 fast A's. This is their fast A where Boast goes heaven.
Now Alpha is left alone to fight versus the might. The Turkish powerhouse. He has to prove he's better than 3, and in this scenario, he is not.
Yeah, handled it well.
I do pity him a little bit. You've got Yedege crouched with CNET stood behind him. If you manage to take both of them down, then I'll give you a goddamn medal. Just take the trophy home with you tonight. 6-4. Good response by FUT. At least able to pick this round up, and I gotta say, a little confusing
from him
in the first play. Yeah, Boaster on the TP pass that just tunnel visioned on heaven.
The plan for heaven was pretty
from that point forward for FUT.
Pretty ambitious.
Nice! And I think at this stage, I honestly pity whoever sits beside Yedege in these games, coming home with bloody knuckles after all those fist bumps.
Mr. Fallon getting it out, but maybe not the best agent to have it.
Directly into their
That's true, yeah.
At all times.
I hope he's like the quietest calmer ever, like in the round.
Guys, I think there's one. I put a trap there.
Yeah, like this. Viper over towards middle with the trip, and it looks like Alpha didn't hear the placement of the trip. And it's LAN, it's like a little bit, it sounds not as good.
Thunder and create some awkward realities, but I like the Judge.
Yeah, the Judge should get 3.
Mr. Fallen can hold his ground.
Oh, that's nice though.
Escaped, and they're ready for it. Aftershock in. Althea is going to lead the way. He's desperately low on health, and they actually don't send the ult in. They try and go in dry, and instead they let the Judge.
Almost got another there.
CNET's got to be careful. Already low. With Mr. Fallen dropped, there is still opportunities, but they've shut down the take.
Down.
More importantly, it's not a great spot for the spike.
No.
So it's Mr. Fallon, though. I was worried we weren't going to see it for it, because it's just a free win against this comp.
Up. Well, not really an option, is it? Don't think anyone's going to pick it up, to be honest, Tom. This is somewhere
their util was good though. They used a lot of util to try and clear this.
Thunder, you're just going to sit back and accept the loss. I mean, just look at where Leo is. He's miles back in the spawn.
Left.
This is not around even if you send up that mid play that you're going to get value from, and especially not because CNET has already put a trap there. So their back is very much covered short of the longest flank of all time. And, well, time is very much the issue with
saving.
that. So for FUT, secured a 7th round.
At least they didn't put the ult into it, I guess.
And Fnatic, it is a little scary because you know that most likely starting out the next round, that Rolling Thunder will be points of contact. It will be used. And I think that puts FUT in an awkward enough position as to how they set up. But the one thing they have going for them in this scenario is that showstopper. If Krax is in heaven, Rolling Thunder on B is not going to have that much value. And on A, it's such an open site that you can take that without.
I already think that this was the counter. Like, that them having the Rolling Thunder and then putting that Judge up close. It's like,
Yeah, I think they actually might do the same thing again. They might put the Judge on. Oh, okay.
So I think
You could get some backup guns. I'm surprised this isn't just like a backup up the Zenith.
Kill people off in the corner while ulted, but they just never used it. So it ended up as
Problem
the
is,
exact
this
same
ult
play of
is
the
a
back of
nightmare.
Paranoia, but nobody even realized he
Fnatic
was there.
ult-wise may be good. You're going to
means
see a
that,
lot of ults.
Okay, they could try and do the same again, but I think it's already been seen. And also, they have some very good ultimates for retake.
Well, this last round, you've already seen Fnatic push past.
Don't get the Yoru pick here. I swear this comp more feels like Alpha's... The way that I view this comp is like Alpha wants to play other agents and they're like, well, we can let you have duelist on this.
There's two and one up in heaven already secured. Great information.
How it feels. It doesn't fit how Fnatic play. Still think 5 is going to be good for them though.
No chance. Still in the air when the initial peek came around. Decoy sent to spawn just to confirm there's players close. Slow them down on the way back through and allow these players to make it out of main, focusing their crosshair up on heaven. There's a lot here for FUT though. As we said, the showstopper is the main reason that they can feel comfortable in falling back off that B site. Because coming back out of heaven, it's almost a guaranteed kill. We need a clean shot from Fnatic to shut this man down. Good flash to do it at the start. Player in the corner. Okay, ult is wasted on a man already dead. And now a 4v3 with
They got vision block for this. Might get a little bit weird. When does this Omen smoke come back? Okay, Omen smoke goes in. They block the spike. Mr. Fallon on top of it. And we get a spam fest.
This is not the gun you want, Bosa. This is not what you want to be spamming with. It's all but falling apart.
I really hope Fnatic change this comp, man. It does not suit them.
FUT will convert their 8th round.
I hate what I'm seeing.
Definitely seems like a
I think they did good to get 4 rounds from individual players. Nicely done from FUT. This comp works a lot better on defense though, because the Yoru fast rotate. And being able to take early map control with the Omen and the Breach. So it's still winnable.
Switch it up if the shots don't land initially, but here you're wide open. Both players are looking to stop that defuse, and desperation ends up getting the better of them.
Shout out to Mr. Fallon, dude. Every single time they've thrown a lurk in there, they've been on top of it. Like they have been so ready for this lurk all the time. And it's just getting nothing.
But that hasn't stopped Fnatic in the past.
Might sound like a broken record. Might sound biased to some, but the fact is, they have done it so many times. Even in map 1, a dominant half from FUT came all the way back.
They're not too high.
Gonna see the aggressive play in the pistol. That
Bro,
is
who's he throwing the damage for?
What? He's gonna manage. That's the spike. The nade is gonna be able to deny them. That means he can team up. The only real worry is gonna be Yedajay. He's in such a powerful position. If he gets the timing just right, he might have a kill for free. And there it is. Already getting rid of Althea.
I have the spike.
Player standing.
Came flooding through. There was no way for Durka to survive that. The decoy didn't draw their eye. Chronicle of close.
Oh my, what a shot from Zenith. What the hell? Dude, this breach damage made no sense. It is so high.
Yeah, I think that was just almost a panic reaction shot.
It's not even getting the guy on. The only way that gets anyone is if he's on top of that little segment here.
Such a high impact player in Cracks. It is going to be the race of the Rays.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just annoyed. Yeah. You know,
This is like, what the hell is that? Yeah. Dude, the breach damage would only connect on this person on top of this.
As you can see, Bulldog on Cracks as a challenge early on. A little bit of damage done. Stun is good, but there's backup. Chronicle able to push into the angle and delete Cracks though. As far as early games go with weak buys, that's a great trade for Fnatic. Leo's even managed to upgrade, getting rid of the Bucky, sending that into Chronicle's hands. Rotation underway. Bulldog making its way to
That's unlucky, man. I thought he was going to be good for one.
Not many positions you can really use that from after they flooded in from heaven.
Okay, and Leo has a gun. I mean, this like literally right now, Fnatic have better guns.
We're in even territory. Good thing is that
not even
rifle
sure I
is
could
not
call this
really
even.
retrievable. It's down below. And in fact, it's going to be Yedege who's picking it up. So that Bulldog not falling into Fnatic's hands gives a big opportunity for FUT to still secure this with minimal losses. They've still sustained casualties. And these pistols and the Bulldog are looking to make it even worse.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, well, they're not going to go.
Flashbacks to the other game they played with this chamber trip was just getting everyone.
Double digits for FUT.
Did they manage to retrieve the... I think they did. Right at the end, CNET managed to grab the Bulldog. At this stage, though, it may not matter.
What are the pistols? 6-2.
This was kind of the expectation.
Fnatic getting
into these live
annihilated
maps,
pistols.
definitely
We'll give them
seen
that.
some weaker ones within the pool for Fnatic. That attack side only garnering 4 rounds when you're running the double duelist. It definitely puts
At least
you
a
on the
little
back
bit of
foot.
damage.
Really going to need to get off to a strong start, and well, that hasn't been the case.
Right, first big Baron. Let's see what we have
This
here.
one needs to be clean.
Oh.
I don't even think this can be a remotely close round. And for Fnatic,
Rip over towards middle. We got someone that can stun Anom and flash it. The double duelist play close over towards A heaven to shut that down with a TP towards spawn.
they know in this round it's all going to be about catching players. They don't really have the weaponry to play with here.
They've saved through so much for the next round. 10-4, it's definitely the right play. No need to try to put Fnatic to bed here and now. Play for the next. Defensive side, push up. Durka and Alpha. Two of the strongest players on the server right now, and Alpha does well to find the first, but they're backing off. Maybe a little bit tickling up Mr. Fallen, but that's about all. It hasn't deterred FUT from looking towards this.
Tanked a lot of damage. Yeah, this hill's nice.
For them to find that value.
He's going to be healing up what he can. Cena will be the one to take contact. Dirk is the one who's almost switched to the bait. But
Dude,
actually,
he
Cena comes out with
heavy committed that
This was
spray.
looking like a perfect crossfire.
Shot.
Boaster at least will put down cracks, but it's Cena, the man to watch. The more kills he gets, the closer he gets to that tour de force. And Mr. Fallen still fairly healthy in an aggressive position. Cena is going to be forced out of spot, but will survive.
Maybe a CNED round.
2 versus 3, and the shot not landed by CNED, but he's out quick enough that there's no punish. Good headshot. Even more damage secured. And now the wide
My
swing
God, the
from
double
Paul.
swing
Cena
together.
has the backup of Mr. Fallen. He's low on ammo.
Oh,
HP,
7
critical.
HP.
Lands the headshot at the last possible moment.
Just in it.
Fnatic not down and out just yet.
Yeah, just, man.
They said it had to be clean. That was not clean. 7 HP. Oh, that's more disgusting than some of the greasiest burgers you'll find here in Berlin, but dear Lord, Cena. I genuinely thought he might do
yeah,
it
he
all
looked ready
himself.
to kill the
It
third.
came down to the tiniest of margins. I think if Mr. Fallen committed to that initial spray, he's won the round. Just that tiny amount of
They
hesitation.
get wrecked by the inners.
And it gives the
Dude, everyone
smallest
stands
one-
up too
look
much,
at the
man. They need to give
buy.
him longer inners.
A judge on 2 players, a singular rifle, the one they saved. And then some Bulldogs alongside it. The buy on the other side is far better. That's not the start you're looking for.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
this is
they're
the real
all
problem.
light armor.
CNED's got a fully automatic operator. He's playing, well, semi, I suppose. He's playing up against everybody with light shields.
Also, just in case he needed it.
Just as a little backup. Why not? Yeah, this is a terrifying position to be in, facing off against this man with so many shots. Guarding here. Can be fired out so quickly, and rarely ever does the first miss. This time he's got the
Respect.
judge rushing him down. It's Boaster
Yeah, and
to
Alpha
challenge
has
CNED,
one on
but
site as
still
well.
leave Fnatic with a man disadvantage. Good trade outs from this attacking side who've yet to make a commitment to a site. It does look like they will be walking.
Oh, it's a nice bait. They might not feel
Good
judged
attack by
there.
Leo, and a shotgun up close. Problem is, Tom.
Gotta keep an eye on this as well. Just big push over towards B, all the info.
What direction they go? They forget to check this man, and the round ends. They go back towards the B site. The round is already won. There is nobody there. The push has already come in from
30
mid.
seconds left.
Alpha yet to be checked, but it's definitely being looked towards. Nice work from Alpha for one, getting anything more. It's gonna be
I like the play.
Gives a little bit
I
of a
like the play.
distraction.
Made it doable. Chronicle is
It's gonna
here
be Chronicle
very
once again
early
this
in the
time.
chamber. Is
Well, the
dead, so no
odds
trip.
Seemingly less in his favor. But he's
It was the right
definitely
play. I
healthier.
liked it.
The Boombot's not going to clear him. They have absolutely no
He's
idea
here
where he's coming
so
from.
early.
He's rounding the corner, maybe at the perfect moment.
Oh,
Spots out the back.
Oh,
Actually
no.
shoots a shot. That's going to give him away. They now know exactly where he is, especially with the stairs.
Ooh.
And he still does it again.
how's he winning these rounds?
This map at this point.
How
It's
has he
Smart
done
who's
that? That
doing
was
it.
nuts, bro. I thought he was done for when he fired that shot.
Again, keeping Fnatic alive and the smirk on his face. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, but that was a round that they desperately needed. Nice attempt by Alpha with the blast back up too. I love it. When this guy sends it, he sends it, but Chronicle dancing past them. Look at him.
He's
Not
still
afraid to
defusing,
let
by the
them
way.
know. Oh yeah, he was making sure his left hand was on that keyboard.
I can guarantee, but Alpha did not believe. You look at his reaction.
Yeah, he was
"Oh, I
not
can't
believing it.
believe we've
I think that was like his reaction to once the bullets were
pure
shot, though.
elation. I'll be honest, I'm glad my reaction's not on camera.
If there was
Flashy,
something in my
thank
hand,
you
I
so
would've
much.
thrown it. That was ridiculous.
Flashy, thank you so much, man. Appreciate
Opening
the prime.
shot.
Thank you for the 2 months.
Not gonna land. Durka, still 2 shots left in that Outlaw. Nice little return. Boaster drops Yedege, but in a round like this, the loss of Alphier will be felt that little bit more. Mostly pistols, but that tour de force, a lingering threat.
If it gets into the late round, if there's any inkling that FUT can take it here, that showstopper could be put into play, and who knows where it goes from there.
I like this from Fnatic though. So because FUT always use their trip aggro on attack to get info,
FUT really do
they
believe can
keep
take this round.
pushing
Showstopper has been thrown in. There
extremities.
goes one. The fake out's not going to do anything. The nade
Whoa.
will buy time, but more importantly,
Mr.
this
Fallon
time
hit
Chronicle's
that.
gone.
Oh, that's probably the
Their
rounds.
hero of the last 2 rounds has hit the deck. They're gonna
Good
need
news is
another.
Boaster's here early. That
Durka
might be able
Boaster,
to get him a
still
kill
that
if this
tour
guy's
de
spawn
force
can make sound.
Floating around, it's up in heaven. And waiting for an opportunity to take a kill. In fact, waiting is not the correct term.
Oh, okay, well.
CNET's walking into it. He knows that he is
Oh.
about to be faced, but he won't find the shot. Flash through, good to eliminate CNET, but that's about it. Boaster's hightailing it. The 1v3
Yeah, money's in
no
the bin.
longer
They gotta-
possible for Fnatic as FUT claim
gotta
an
save that.
11th. It is a long road back.
Yeah, I still think
for
Fnatic, like,
Fnatic, but
they've come prepped in.
they've
They've
been
looked
here
at how they
before,
like to
and they've
use
made it
the
work. It's not
chamber
looking
trips, and they're trying to exploit it. We saw the
if FUT
push
keep up this
round
pace.
before,
No, the
and
problem
we
is
saw the
you've
push
won
this once they
one-
take
oh, sorry,
map
2
control.
back-to-back absurd clutches.
I mean, they just
and
didn't get
you
enough on
haven't
attack.
capitalized off it. You obliterated the economy of FUT.
Waco
And
FPS,
now
thank
it's
you so
just
much,
gone
man.
straight
Appreciate
back
the
through
prime
the
as well,
roof.
dude.
And
Thank
a
you for
lot of
that.
it- okay, sure, the showstopper helped, but it's
Thanks
the
so much
fact
for the
that
support,
Mr.
bro.
Fallen is able to just catch Chronicle completely off guard, and then they're just trying to do incredibly risky things to get back in. Sure, the ults are there for Fnatic. That's sort of the saving grace, but I think you can tell by the pause that they know that this is dire.
Someone's going to wheel Casey's whiteboard in because right now, Fnatic aren't losing as a team. They're losing individually. They're winning individually. That's how it seems. Chronicle having to pick up a good, healthy chunk of their rounds
And
on his own.
they could
essentially,
definitely.
and chaotic ones
You could definitely
too.
be tempted to
When
force
it comes
into
to round
this.
wins that feel repeatable,
Like
feel
this,
tangible.
this all with a
It's FUT
Baki
every
can be
single
strong.
time.
This
They have
all with a
control
Baki.
over this map.
Got
If this
a-
pause doesn't remedy those
Get
issues,
3
we will
OK
be
guns
going
to
all the way
back it up.
Ascent. And sure, between these 2 teams, it might be hard to split the difference there, but history certainly leans towards FUT, towards the Turkish region in
Could just
general.
heavy lean over towards
Although
one site,
we
just
heard it
retake.
from BBL during this season. It's no longer the Istanbul. Everyone else is caught up. FUT will have a challenge if they make it all the way there.
Yeah, it's a map that they barely played. Once versus Vitality, a victory. And for Fnatic, well, that was the comeback map. That was the ridiculous defensive half that they had. Scraped their way past Team Liquid. Nonetheless, we still sit on split. We still sit on our 4th of 5. But that 5th map is definitely lingering.
Camo, yeah, I think that could work.
Back of everyone's
Honestly, I
mind
think
at this
they might try something like that.
Bucky FC returns with new hands on the helm. It's Althea, but that's mainly because he's got a showstopper.
I think that's the route I would go,
The rest of
camo,
the team have been
comp
able to
wise.
buy up. It's not the best, And if they lose this round, then they really
Especially
are
after
in the
watching
dirt.
like 100 Thieves
On
and
the
seeing
other
the
side
stuff
of
that they
things,
have. Just
only
steal it.
really from
It
the
would
shadows,
fit
but it means that
how Fnatic
the
play
captain,
more.
he can play around the map. If they find a gap, they find a kill, he can quickly move into position.
What did they actually go for buy-wise? Double Bulldog, double Gun Bucky, and we're using all the ults. So we go full all-in on this, so all the ults are getting popped. We have literally no util on Durka.
Scout destroyed.
A lot of the time, this is the guy showing
Other
his
than his
utility
ult.
to draw those rotations. It's worked for wonders. 4 players towards this side of the map, the left-hand side. Leaves all the pressure on Chronicle. He's been able to clutch out rounds before.
This guy's gonna go huge.
Do it before the first body has fallen. And
Omen
in fact,
ult
that's
to
a
help
lie.
him
This
out.
fallen
Omen flash insta
gets
maybe.
dropped by Durka in
Omen
mid.
flash is good.
Does little to help his
Omen flash is
position on
great.
the
He
side.
actually
Chronicle
stole the
surrounded and dropped
Sentinel's Omen
immediately.
flash.
Yeah, Cena was blind for an absurd amount
30
of time,
seconds
but
left.
still had enough. Durka trying to give the information to that showstopper. Alpha's been able to take one, and Durka does the
This is a
rest.
nice fast flood.
They've been so good after those tactical pauses.
Money's probably.
But this round,
And he's
you
used
can
to
give
it
it
now.
over to Durka. 4
Yeah,
rounds
give me
now, the
this
difference.
give me this replay.
Life still there in Fnatic and their fans.
Transfer was nice here, and this was the all-in round, and they managed to win it.
One way to do it for Fnatic. I said that a good healthy chunk of the rounds have been just Chronicle.
It just
on
feels
their
like
own,
they're.
clutching it out.
I mean, they're just holding on.
Individuals. Well, this time they let
They are
Chronicle
just
die
holding
first,
on. Chronicle round,
and then they
Chronicle
all float in
rounds.
as a team. That's about as
Darka.
much
I mean,
of a
this was a nice
correction
flood, though.
as
This was
I
a
could
nice team round
expect,
from them.
if not more. But that was with a few ultimates, a few get out of jail free cards that eased the pressure that was building on their backs. Now in round 19, they don't have those ultis to fall back on unless we're about to see the highest impact neural theft of all time. But neither do FUT. Yedajay getting to the site, getting a kill, getting a plant, getting an orb, means Viper's Pit is online. And without that showstopper,
Careful
and
here.
without the dimensional drift from Durka, it will be very tough to
Maybe
deal with
stop breaking the econ.
One of the scenarios where that neural theft really can be valuable, but you need a kill for it. CNED still pressuring around mid. Now they know that
Oh, they
somebody's
want to
here.
fight this. Double
They
flash.
have this combination of utility to try and set them up, but FUT are not facing. 45 seconds. They haven't really claimed any ground. A little bit towards middle. Yedajay now starting to probe in towards this Cypher setup, but
Scout destroyed.
Yeah, does this
Durka's
guy now
already
have to
put a
send
TP.
it because he
He can be on
wants
the
to create the
backside.
question mark
30
over
seconds
towards
left.
Vents? Yeah, I like this from Mr. Fallon. He might have a really strong read.
Time to take that fight. The player spot will close. The spams attempted, and it gets very close. To the
Whoa.
end, just about
He just got
escaping
out of
with his
there.
life. And now
Someone
he's
shoot that
ready
trip.
to help out his teammates. Leo, Chronicle, finding the kills.
10
12
seconds?
left.
Oh man,
Need
this
up
one
the
didn't
pace,
go
there's barely
great for
anyone
FUT.
left to move
And they got an
forward.
eco, got 2
And Ludia
people.
flawless for Fnatic, and they are
Yeah,
very
good
much
round, and they're
back
back
in the game.
money-wise.
they were looking dead to rights.
Dude, Durka just got out of there.
That bounce back from FUT, just a couple away from closing it. But the Fnatic story, I was going to say no, never ends until 13, but sometimes it goes even further than that.
One enemy remaining.
This has not really been their map throughout the season, that's for sure.
Hidden when they're not looking. Time to jump.
But we know this team love to prove anybody,
Cover going out.
everybody
No
wrong.
challenges.
The last time they lost a round, well,
Go get him.
it's a bit closer to a round like this.
Same strap.
Pistols, some SMGs, and they're going to go peek.
Oh, shot.
I don't even know.
Dude, that was a lovely shot, yeah. Bring back the same rounds. Boombot contact into double flash.
They'll be done in no time.
Well, I saw this man win clutches earlier, and he barely broke a smile. But now,
APAC round.
as they start this comeback yet again,
There were some
You're gonna make a
absolute
story
shots
about this.
here.
It'll be 6 seasons in a movie. I don't understand it. Fnatic again and again find themselves in these mass deficits, find themselves winning clutches as more or less the only light at the end of the tunnel. And then the train comes and picks them up.
Is even shouting
Right
words at
back
him.
out into open, clear skies. 2 rounds in between them. But FUT now have a full buy. They have a Viper's Pit as well. Fnatic aren't out of danger just
And then
yet.
now they...
On the
Oh, I
path to
like this.
recovery.
Now they go
Here's
super
where things
aggro, bottom and middle,
could
but
fall
once this
apart.
smoke is here, you got to expect
More and
that.
more confident as they
Last
go
time
on.
they've ever done this aggro
Scout
smoke.
destroyed.
pushing mid in the early stages, and they've had this one.
Dude, they're doing the same thing at middle. Boombot into double flash.
Normally off the back of the Boombot. Which has now been
Boombot
expended,
doesn't hit, and then they just walk down late.
To put them into play. The thing is, though, a lot of this has been ignored. In fact, it's been bypassed by the attackers. They've gone straight up into heaven. Now the cam is waiting and has now been destroyed. And we talk about Chronicle in clutches.
I mean, Chronicle
so much here.
is a great omen flash to give him a bit of time.
Completely slowed down the push.
He was in trouble. That Boaster just saved him with an omen flash.
FUT wanted to move it towards the spawn. The Rolling Thunder pushes them into a corner, and the decoy
Huge.
drew the fire of the first two players. Durka ready to reclaim heaven control as in goes Chronicle. They've spotted Mr. Fallen.
Lovely swing on this one as well. Dude, their stuff is looking nice on defense. The shame about their attacks, their defense is like great.
Only at a captain with it all to do. A quick reposition.
A very fast reposition. He's unlucky that no one's coming his way.
See it clearly.
Oh, they are going to go past him, though. He'd have to be stupidly good. One shot connected, but there's not going to be
nice,
anything more.
dudes.
Leo was willing to sell his life. They're doing it again.
Yeah, they're making it real close. These have been some lovely rounds. There's one thing over towards middle is wrecking them.
You start talking about the next map.
Shout out to the observers. Damn, bro. Prius is actually getting compliments.
Always got to shout out the observers, by the way. If you think this has been going on a while, those guys have to stay focused. Silver Jack doing God's work.
Wait, what the?
That time of year, the flies are getting seen at. Oh, there's no flies on Fnatic right now. 10-4 down. Tom, look, I say it every time we cast this team. I say it every goddamn time, but I find myself.
You know as well, there's always people going, Pious casters always
they're gonna come back. They always do it. They always do it. Every damn time. This team's in the grave and they dig themselves back out. One round behind and a pause called by FUT. We know Fnatic's win rates after pauses pretty damn high, but usually that's when their opponents are winning a few rounds, right?
It's also crazy.
Any
as well,
stocks?
you see it. Every game you'll have community.
Don't give them any
looking back at these
compliments.
matches and going, how did Liquid lose this advantage? How did KC lose this advantage? How have FUT lost this advantage? Gotta stop looking at the other teams and just start looking at Fnatic.
How
the mental resilience that this squad has. The fact that, I think just moments ago, Alpha Year was like, I want to say like 8 or 9 kills clear of the rest of the team. Like it wasn't even close on the scoreboard. Durka since then has come alive. Leo's stepped up. The entire squad.
To get the op out.
Here.
This could be big.
Numbers.
Here.
Now this happened on Icebox. And FUT at the last second found what they needed to shut this team down. It's a weaker buy. It's an operator as well. This is not going to be expected at all.
Great shot.
Utilize the entirety of this defensive half, and Durka pulls it in now.
Next level also. FUT call a pause. Oh, how are we going to deal with this setup? New setup, new idea.
Yeah.
Something you're not ready for. If you call the pause, well, Durka might buy it off this round. Like, you might as well just start rolling dice for what you're going to do. FUT, one man down. Looking to push up into heaven, but Alpha got ahead of them.
The big duel in vents though. Okay, well that's the round.
And not even needing to make any further plays. Boaster's got the spike, and everybody's on their way to help him out. No help required. The one-man army holding down vents, and now the rest of the squad is here. Yetajay, but they didn't know he was here. They didn't know he was here. That's not even fair. The poor guy.
They got so many flawlesses.
11-11.
Been a lot of convincing rounds.
Perplexed again by how they've managed to do this. If you were to script this, it would go the exact same way, right down to the wire. They wake up, and here we are, 11-11, even footing with Fnatic winning a staggering.
Okay, that kind of sus back.
Maybe that's what it is.
Confidence is here.
Instead of printing new scripts, we just keep accidentally sending the same one in every
same
single
draft
day.
Again. My bad, my
We
bad.
lost it for the Heretics game. We're now in a best of 5. A 5th map seemed like it was guaranteed.
I've got your
Seemed
trail.
like we were already there. Talking about the Turkish map of Ascent. Maybe just like us, forgot who they were up against.
That late trap put down by Chronicles caught one. My God, it's caught him for quite a while. Cracks eliminated by Boaster at this point. Just
Feels like that might be the rounds.
There was a time where we said Angel controls it. Well, his former rival now has it on lockdown. It looks like they do want to challenge and move in towards this position, but it's being conceded. Fnatic, they have the advantage. There's no need to stay aggressive, to take risks. They fall back, they play the information.
They can maybe pivot over towards B right now. Yeah, Fnatic kind of over-rotated. It's light.
It's too early to
Welcome to
Viper as well, and CNED.
Oh, CNED's spot is beautiful. A step further forward and he was dead.
Yeah, dude, they left B because normally they've been pushing once they lose map control. This time they went back and they over-rotated and gave them free map control.
The main danger right now is still going to be Yadushay in the backlines. He's heard the steps. He heard the running of Boaster, but the rest of the team are now committed to trying to clear things out. They have
Leo, thank you so much, man.
In fact,
Leo
just going
DC,
for
appreciate
Boaster.
you.
They're trying to take him out of contention, but the rest of the team, in the meantime, are able to reclaim some of the site. It doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, I think Fnatic messed up there.
It's FUT. The final stages seeming to come up big. Leo still fighting. Alpha waiting, hits the first shot, but they still have to watch out for Anna Captain. Up above, watching and waiting to bring this.
It's a shame because they've had such good reads into it, but yeah, this one, especially in the 5v4, I guess it's, what ults did they have? Do they still have Yori ult? Do they feel like they could over-rotate because of the Yori ult, maybe?
Comeback, rallied so many rounds together. And right at the last hurdle, they fell. Another obstacle now. Regulation. Out of their hands to take it here, but they can bring it all the way to an overtime. Push us to another elongated Fnatic game.
One chance.
Perhaps.
And, ooh, that might be one of the worst for a while.
The crown that was once
Cider on
theirs
Ascent.
up against the young guns. The new kids on the block. Heretics waiting to see who they'll play, and their guess is as good as yours at this point.
It's safe to say that Neil and Weber are going to be up all night going back through these VODs. Oh, we've just got over 100 rounds to go through to try and work out what we're doing.
Easy.
War
I
contact
think they might
site.
just play their own game strat.
He has a cage to play on. He has a breach that can just set him up with util.
That's not the start they're looking for, though. They've walked into Leo and walked into the trap. Chronicle now just needs to stay alive. He's got support, but that timing not great. Yadushay able to do at least a little bit of damage, but the showstopper will keep that advantage theirs. Mr. Fallen, in the meantime, has started to hightail it
free B
back
site,
towards
though.
that B site.
Yeah, and Boaster might not expect this guy close.
He's gone
Oh boy.
Instead, he might have given the game away.
Healing over here.
That was a big mistake. The steps heard by Mr. Fallen the whole way, and perhaps.
Oh, he gets the leg as well.
CNED tapping the spike, then swinging in. Now looking for the headshot angle on Durka. You need to be careful challenging this man. The last one standing. He's dropped. CNED, tour de force, but he goes in with the rifle. Durka's close.
Oh! It's 1 HP.
1 HP. He survives.
What is that?
A second shot at this. 12 to 12. We're going to OT.
Yeah, they're just surviving. I'm surprised FUT got this close, to be honest.
My heart's not going to be able to take this. 1 HP is the difference between a 5th map and overtime. That is all it took.
Oh, man.
The very last bullet the CNED needed. And Fnatic have somehow done it again.
Here.
Everyone clutches as well in this game. 2, if I'm not mistaken, by 7 HP. And now 1. They're just keeping themselves in it by the narrowest of margin. Chronicle's got to be sad. Oh, finally, someone else did it. Jeez. Can't be stealing the show.
We've got to try and level ourselves.
Yeah, can we come in on a gun to pause there, boys?
Here.
Okay, so trip over towards
As well
B.
as
They do the smoke like they want to go
everyone
aggro
else.
towards
CNED was
middle.
smiling. He's always smiling. I don't know how.
Jolly guy.
Cutting through.
He's definitely got a better mental than I have. I'm out of this one already. And
Flash
and
goes
he's the
B
one
main,
playing.
didn't
He's the
spot
one that
anyone.
Lost the fight. Again, we see this mid play. This was the bread and butter of Fnatic's attack.
It's pretty much going to be
taking
who
this space,
can get the attack rounds.
commanding from this position. Of course, the defense are not just going to sit
Because
there,
everyone's winning on their
using
defense.
Tiger to get some extra information. CNED not risking it with the glass cannon operator. It's the rifle this time around. And with the time more than half gone, Fnatic look like
3-person
they're heading
holdover
into
towards
which
B with
where FUT
Chamber and
reside.
Trip.
Yeah, they've now
And
got the info
Viper.
as well with the flash, the decoy coming up in heaven.
That's going to
At
be
this
hard.
point, you know there's at least 2
Theo has
players
one
looking on
flash.
each side. The
30
chances
seconds
are there's a lot more than that. Flash out of Durka forces players back. Paranoia on the site is good. CNED's tucked in, trying to survive his head spotted, but Mr. Fallen swung in.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah, and they
matter.
forced them off
Cracks
through these
return,
angles, and then
Ghoster
no one
eliminates 2.
really could
Alpha
play
with
off each
another.
other,
Leaves
right? They
it
all
into a
died in this
4v2.
box.
FUT's lead under serious threat.
It didn't. There was literally
The
no
first
one,
round of overtime,
no one that could
seemingly
play
in
off
the
each other at
attacker's
all.
hands. The ult's used towards
And
the
shout out
spawn, and
to,
it will
was
be
this
cancelled,
Darker that just got
thankfully.
all of the
Came into
space?
that, it would've
Pretty
been
sure it
down
was.
and out of the round. Cracks with the boom bot. It will catch Chronicles. He knows he's up close, but a little too deep in that angle to be spammed.
Close position. Okay, Krax's nade gets one, and well, a cheeky play attempted, but not cheeky enough.
One
Fnatic
away.
Now have map and series point from 10-4 down. A 1 HP clutch to take them to overtime. And after all that,
One enemy remaining.
they might be granted their wish of a rematch versus Heretics.
Come on!
Not quite yet, Ajay.
Needs a
But I don't
little-
think anyone is.
No, I think he would need years of training to get to that raspiness level, especially for Boaster. Here we go again, though. Oh, back into that attack side, and clearly Fnatic have had enough!
Bro, they go for that
Especially.
aggro mid.
He wants
Who
to
did they
get
take
there
out?
here and now.
Flash, Dog,
The
the
man
only
who took the
initiator?
crown of Turkey
Well, they're just going to have to start
away
contacting.
from CNED last year, put himself on
Dude,
that
Fnatic
throne.
have dominated middle.
Would have to be denied already with such a huge advantage.
Okay,
But there
but dude,
he
I
is,
can't. I'm not allowed to speak, man.
taking down the usurper.
Insane.
Putting them back in an advantage is definitely
Whoa.
awkward, and Leo's managed to get two.
Okay,
Keeping
big
this one
2v2,
competitive.
and they have no idea about this guy in vents. Surely Boaster doesn't walk down here.
Chronicle and Boaster, one either side. Pressure is being applied on B. Threat looming as the spike makes its way in. Boaster, the challenge here, he loses the first fight, but he's still alive, still kicking. Looking for these players down below, and he's isolated the first. Boaster knows where the second is, and he's done damage.
Probably done
32
enough,
HD.
32.
The Chronicle's even seen him. He knows
30
exactly where
seconds
Cracks is.
Silent.
Drop all the way
Drop.
down. And Cracks, none the wiser, clearing every angle and stepping
Nicely
in.
done from
Chronicle.
Fnatic.
The old kings have done
Six,
it again.
they
And
2 and
another
6 on
shot.
pistols as well,
And
so that's pretty
Crown was
impressive.
once theirs.
Fnatic,
10 to
Heretics
4
final.
down. It is a mystery how they do this, but they do it every time.
Yeah, 10-4 comeback.
You can't really.
They are probably the
take
best
anything
team at
away
making
from FUT.
comebacks, I think, consistently.
They fought them all the way through.